Hey yo, it's me, and today I'll be discussing about editing techniques. A standard cut, also known as a basic editing, is an edit which is used for combining different clips together to make a film. It's the most used editing form out there, so it's the most basic one. This is just basically assembling all clips together. It's nothing fancy, it's not it's just that simple. So find this is a clip that I found. I don't know if it's the best example, but let's just see. Watch the clip. So this is just an example of different clips from different films being assembled into one video. So a jump cut is a video editing cut which a single continuous shot of the subject is being broken up to two parts. A piece of the footage would have to be removed so that it could be rendered to give the time jump. So there's a time jump. It's kind of is used for showing time, like example of characters are in different places. There's a jump cut for that, or different areas of the room. They do a jump cut for that. So I have a film called A Little Shop of Horrors, which demonstrates this jump cut.
Sold so much as a fur.
So I just found this quite interesting. I think it demonstrates that they're doing activities to pass the time even though they're bored. It shows different cuts of them in different positions doing activities, which it does demonstrate great jump cut. A montage is an editing technique which short shots are pieced together to create the passage of space, time, and information. The term has been used in various contexts. In French, the word montage simply denotes editing. So they just call it editing in France. There's something called Soviet montage, which I'll do another video on that separately. Basically, a montage is just something it's a bit like a cutaway, but it just shows the passage through time. It could show like a flashback or something. Like it can be used for flashbacks. So I have an example. There's something called Shellhoff effect, which is like named after this filmmaker from the Soviet Union called Lev Shellhoff, which says it's named after him, and demonstrates different things. Each item demonstrates different things. I will show you the video instead of me talking about it. Well, you can find this on YouTube, and you can find it on Google Images, like the meaning behind him looking at these three items, these three things, like the child, the woman, and the bowl of soup. It is solved in the post production process of film and video. Editing is sometimes called a lap dissolve, which is used for transition as a transition effect from one image to another. The term fade out, which some people say fade to black or in fade to white or something, is described, and fade in is described as a transition to or from a blank image. So you can use black or white as like a cross dissolve. There's something called cross dissolve, which is part of it as well. It's more of a special effect than it is a technique, but it is like a special effect. It could be used like a montage and a jump cut, like a passage of time, but you're doing it more subtly without that make sure you're ensuring that the transition is smooth from one scene to another. So here's an example. It's only 5 seconds long. So it's just a scene of that decides the way it's filmed, and it transitions past the end, like it ends the shot basically, establishes it and it ends it. A JCut is a film editing technique which and the audio from the following scene overlaps the clip from a preceding set scene so that the portion of the film starts playing while it is leading in the visual cut. Also, it is called an audio lead or audio advance. I didn't know about this until I searched it up, had to look into it. And I watched this video called Pond 5. They explain it better than I would. Because I've never heard about this until I watched his video. He explains it quickly and very clearly compared to what I'm doing right now. So this is basically when the dialogue, that visual scene, there's still sound that's playing. So there's an audio lead. So the audio is much more, it's there even before the clip starts playing, even before the person that that particular scene. If it was a conversation, you're only pointing at one person and not the other. That is what it is mainly called. And VL cut is the opposite. It's basically the opposite to a J cut, which is when the preceding picture overlaps the next scene. So it overlaps the audio basically. So it's both switch. This is basically. So this is so the audio cuts after the picture and continues playing over the beginning of the next, which is, you can use it as a fade out, then you can add like an L cut to it. Instead of fading out, you can add that for effect. And this is just an example of both the J cut and the L cut. This is basically something to do with sound and image and how they overlap one another.
Where were you last Monday night?
I already told you. I was at my cousin's third aunt's second ex-roommate's birthday party. We were having margaritas.
Then why does it say here that your aunt is dead?
When right now. I'm still pretty trashed. Could you just pick me up from the party? So, could be anybody.
Where were you last Monday night?
I already told you. I was at my cousin's third aunt's second ex-roommate's birthday party. We were having margaritas.
And why does it say here that your aunt is dead?
One too many margaritas.
Who put the poison in the margaritas?
I'm gonna guess the ex-roommate.
Well, everyone's saying it's you.
I'm not gonna lie right now. I'm still pretty trashed. Could you just pick me up from the party? So, could be anybody.
So just an example of what this is. If you have any comments about this, I don't really know a lot about this. I had to do research on it because editing is not really much. Post production generally is not really my strong suit. But my area of film, that industry experience. But I know about certain edits. But this is not my strong point. I had to search this up. If you have any comments, please put it down below. Thank you. So, cross-cutting is an editing technique most often used in films to establish the action occurring at the same time. This normally happens in the same place. I think it's similar to establishing shots because, establishes the scene, then basically just cuts to the action. So in a crosscut, the camera will cut away from one action to another, suggesting two actions, but this is not always the case. So I will show you now. So this is by basically cutting from the action. I didn't know what this was. Then after I realized what it is when I watched the video, because basically it just cuts between two characters, what they're doing, the actions that they're doing, keeps cutting from one person to another. I think that's what it is. They use it in conversation shots. They cut one head person talking to another person talking. It's just in between. But you have to make it quick. It's a bit like interviews, like when you are if you're creating a documentary and you're interviewing a group of people that are in different rooms, then you have to cut through. You use cross-cutting, which I had to do for my documentary. A match cut is a cut from one shot to another where the composition of two shots are matched by the action or by the subject itself or the subject matter. This again, I've had to search this up. It's not really my strong suit, editing. So I was never a huge fan of doing edits most days because they're kind of very long and tedious. Some of them take more time than others. And I'm still basically learning how to edit. So it's just one shot to another. It's just, I don't know. This is a match cut. So, for example, it cuts from the monkey throwing the bone. Then it cuts the monkey. Then it cuts to the bone that was thrown in the air and the satellite, as you can see in this film. So, this is the end of the slides. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, even though my explanations are not always the best. Thank you for watching because I do appreciate you want to learn new things and I want to learn as well. So you can try in the future how to do edits, and these are the basic editing techniques that I found. But I'll leave a link to a video that I've told you about from Pond 5, which is it's just more self-explanatory and easier to understand. And I will leave that in the description. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.